What do you do if you realise that you should have paid some tax and you haven't paid the tax? Do you take my approach, which is to try and come up with as many reasons as possible not to do anything? Or is it better to do something? And is there like a system you're supposed to follow?
So you could, in principle, bury your head in the sand. I personally wouldn't recommend it. If you do that and you end up with a nudge letter from HMRC and you then end up having to disclose that to them, it's going to be considered to be a prompted disclosure, which would mean that basically penalties will be, higher than if you decide, actually, I've realised that this is the case and I want to come clean. I want to own up to it right now. So I would usually always recommend, if you realise that you've underpaid taxes, it's far easier to go to HMRC with their hands held high. I'm really sorry, I didn't realise. They might not necessarily forgive you and you might not be able to get rid of all penalties and interest, but it's by far better to do that.
Is it relatively straightforward to do it? I think they have an online system.
Yeah, they have an online system. So on the face of it, you could sit and work out where your position is at, and then register and make the disclosure immediately. You need to have a case reference number in order to be able to make payment of any amount that's outstanding. So the only difficulty with doing the disclosure and submitting it on the same day is that you then have to wait maybe about 2 weeks for a case reference number so you can actually make payment.